Welcome to Action Unwind. I'm Drew. This is Dean. We're talking all things figures, collectibles, movies, anything that we feel like we want to talk about to unwind. And we want to thank you for taking the time to unwind with us right now. Today, we are talking McFarlane figures.
Yeah.
And what else?
Let's do loyal subjects today. Loyal subjects? Let's do that, yes.
Loyal subjects and McFarlane it is. So that's your dinner plate, and I hope it's tasty. That was aggressive, I'm sorry. Okay, McFarlane, man.
Edit. May I say before we begin?
Yeah.
McFarlane is doing something that nobody else seems to be able to do, where they just don't stop coming out with figures. Non-stop, whatever line it is. Like, we're going to talk about, I know we're going to get Spawn for sure, but DC, with everything that they're doing, Warhammer, all the stuff that we like, they're just pumping them out faster than any other brand out there.
And not just repaints.
No.
Yes, they have variants, but
sure.
like unique figures.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe some of the articulation's a little stiff, whatever. Some people have their gripes about it, but like they are coming out at lightning speed.
Yeah, let's keep talking about it. They, I always had a bit of a paranoia with McFarlane. I don't know if you know in the comments. Like let us know. I had a couple McFarlane figures growing up, and it's like as soon as you get them out of the box, get them posed or hand, the oxygen would hit them, and they like hands would fall off and joints would break, and they seemed very vulnerable once they were out. Right now, I think the plastics have gotten better. I don't know if they've changed their plastics or what's going on, but it's working. I love the freedom that McFarlane figures provide. Not always thrilled about the scaling. I would very much appreciate, cut an inch off the top there and make them the 6-inch scale. But yeah, for me, I never appreciated the different types of lines that I'm involved with McFarlane. Some just include, I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I think it's awesome. Very, very excited to get those new figures coming out. We've got the unmasked, high-rise Christian Bale coming. We've got, my opinion, finally a Ben Affleck-worthy Batman coming. Those are on pre-order. Excited for that one. We've also got a line that I'm newer to, which is, just fall off for sure. A line that's newer to me, but the game is not, is the Warhammer 40K Dark Tide game figures. Been looking at these figures for a while. Absolutely wanted to get them. Finally pulled the trigger on them, and no regrets. No regrets at all. The Ogren, amazing figure. It's a lot of plastic. Up in Canada where we are, $40. That is as good as a BAF, right? Build figure, 100%. and it's quality. It's got good plastics on it. You've also got these guards and stuff. I love them. And what I like about it too is if you aren't even into Dark Tide, you can use them as a secondary guard, or you can have them involved with Cobra or anything like that for G.I. Joe. A little bit bigger, a little huskier, but it still works.
One of the things that I like that you mentioned is just the price point. The price point's great for these things. Obviously, in episodes before, we've talked about other brands, and just we see like Marvel Legends, the price skyrocketing, especially up here in Winnipeg. Like kind of base price we're paying now is almost like $45 a figure.
Yes.
These are sticking in around the $20 to $30 mark, depending on where you get them from. But it's awesome that they are staying reasonably priced so that any collector can get their hands on them, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
The other thing I like about we're getting into the Spawn ones right away is that the Spawn ones, McFarlane does such a good job of making the McFarlane figures look like they just jumped out of the comic book. They have that darkness to them. They have that proper shading. They're just awesome. The detail on them, everything is fantastic about them. And you're right. Like when I was a kid, I had my first Spawn figure ever was Chapel.
Oh yeah, right.
Super awesome. And I remember taking him out of the package and his leg fell off. So like there was always like some sort of issues. But like now, like they're awesome. They're a little bit more loose. You're right. It would be awesome if they scaled a little bit more, but that's what makes McFarlane unique, right? He's kind of fallen into his own groove, and people are chasing him from Spawn to everything else. But tell us about some of your Spawn.
Speaking Spawn, I've always been a Spawn figure. I got my my '90s Spawn figure right here. Actually, you'll get some close-ups right away.
Movie Spawn.
Movie Spawn.
Yeah.
Michael Jai White. Absolutely. Mixed opinions on the movie. Won't get into the movie too much and stuff, but at the time I thought it was just one of the coolest movies ever. It was my first introduction to Spawn. My brothers took me to go see it, and I thank them every
John Leguizamo
day. John Leguizamo, and
so
when I remember finding out what he looked like after the special effects teams and stuff. Did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he was Luigi.
He was Luigi. Another classic throwback.
Yeah.
But not enough good things to say, in my opinion, about the movie. I loved it. And now we've kind of grown into these new figures. Now, these figures aren't necessarily all Spawn specific in the sense of they're not from the Spawn comic and stuff like that. Like for this guy right here, Spawn comic.
Yeah.
This OG Spawn is actually from the Mortal Kombat line. Still McFarlane made, but they were pumping out. I never considered buying any Mortal Kombat figures and stuff, played the games and stuff, but like I didn't realize that there was a patch for Spawn, and in turn they brought over some figures, some really, really nice figures. I love a lot of them. I've got a medieval Spawn and whatnot, and these figures, with the details on them, with what you get, with the price point, and with the quality of plastics now, I really feel like you can't miss.
For sure.
Definitely open your eyes, broaden your horizon to those Mortal Kombat figures if you are a Spawn fan. I definitely recommend them. And yeah, the Spawn universe, it's a big one. There's a lot of different characters. To even take from something you said too, they have Haunt, which is a Spawn figure. And what was your plan with Haunt originally?
Oh, I wanted to throw him in and just put him in my my Marvel Symbiote shelf. He just feels like he would just fit there perfectly, just with all the Toxin, Venom, Carnage, all of them. He just has that look to it where he would just fit there perfectly in that whole
aesthetic.
Aesthetic, thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
that is the word I'm looking for. It's awesome.
Finish each other's sentences. But yeah, so my fascination with Spawn, my love of Spawn has only grown more with the new releases of the figures. They have that throne one we've talked about. Interestingly made. It looks like the cape is a part of the throne, so I don't know how versatile it is. But I mean, there's a lot of people online that make a lot of great accessories and custom capes and soft touch fabrics for your Spawn figures. So absolutely check them out. Can't say enough good things.
Yeah, for
Loving the Spawn figure world that McFarlane's providing.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Oh man, what pulled me in was just some of the one-offs, right? There's so many, as I said, that like they're just doing kind of all their characters, and some of them are attractive if like you follow certain DC superheroes, right? Like the Flash is out, they have all the Flash villains, which are pretty cool. For me, what grabbed me, again, just nostalgia hits me every time, the vintage look. Yeah. These vintage looking superpowers McFarlane toys are putting out right now. I have a whole bunch back here behind me. The first one that I want to mention is just the Nightfall Batman. I mean, that Nightfall series was so iconic in the 90s. Reading all those, I still have all those comics, all the originals. And that Nightfall Batman, the Bane series, the whole bit. Yeah, all of them. I have the Catwoman. Probably pick up the rest of them that are coming out, and I hope more get announced.
Well, you mentioned I don't know how long ago release was. You mentioned the 2-pack. So if you missed the opportunity for this one,
we saw that McFarlane announced that there's going to be a 2-pack. There's going to be a Nightfall Batman with a Nightfall Bane. So for those of you that don't want to pay top dollar for that 12-inch Bane, don't worry about it, because it sounds like there's another one coming. But along with this, right, just want to look at those superpowers, like kind of the vintage Justice League. Some of the ones that just caught me, that really drove it home for me was number 1, Firestorm. Again, just looks like the original, the little 3.754-inch one we have. Yeah, accurate. And then obviously Hawkman. This one, the wing detail, everything. This is just such a beauty. I know that there is 2 versions of it. One of them, the other variant had the painted chest hair, kind of the gold pattern, the whole bit. But this is the one that is childhood for me. Like, just jumps right out of,
The feels,
right? Like
the
the one grape that people have is that the kind of the dark hair. I've seen some people custom it and cut it off, but I'm gonna leave it. I love it. I think it's awesome. And McFarlane is absolutely knocking it out of the park. I hope we get like a vintage looking Green Arrow, Dr. Fate. That Green Lantern.
Hal Jordan?
Yeah, there's a Hal
Big
Jordan.
H?
There's the Big H. He came in a 2-pack, which I think that's the only Hal Jordan. Again, I'm newer to these, so if anybody has any recommendations on which ones to add, throw them in the comments.
A link. Yep, absolutely.
But that Green Lantern I'm after. There's a kind of vintage looking Martian Manhunter as well. So there are some key ones that will be added. I got the new Wonder Woman announcement that's on pre-order, should be coming in soon.
Yep.
As well as the Superman. There's 2 new Superman that are coming. The one I opted for right now, it looks just because he looks a bit beefier, is the one that comes with.
I was gonna say, I was like, hang on, I didn't know there's 2.
I'm having a blank on his super pup is
Astro. Brian the dog from Family Guy.
I'm drawing a blank. I mean, he wasn't part of the original Superpowers toy line, but it's just cool.
He's in that movie. Kevin Hart voices him.
That's the one. Yeah, Super Pets. That's the one. Get the Rock in there the whole bit. Anyway, I'm loving these right now. Again, just the vintage feel. These got me, but with all the other DC stuff, I think anything you're looking for, it's there, and they're coming up fast.
All right, so more McFarlane, more and more McFarlane. I'm a big fan of their vehicles. They've got different bat bikes and stuff. They've got the number one Batman, Batmobile.
And the Batmobile Beast.
The Batmobile Beast. Yeah, they I like McFarlane's not afraid to get in there and start making those vehicles and stuff, right?
Yeah.
They kind of have these play sets. I got my first one, which is the Dark Knight Joker set. Really, the only thing I can knock on this set is like the handcuffs. Are a bit the handcuffs. Yeah, we'll get some close-ups. Those handcuffs are a bit different, but you know what? They threw them in. They work on the character, and I like it. I love this set. I'm a huge fan of the Heath Ledger portrayal of the Joker.
Yep.
I love this scene where the lights come on and Christian Bale's behind him, and it's a really cool set to have, as well as I appreciate the hang on.
You can say
that it's stuck. The craftsmanship. I appreciate that, though this seems simple, this brings a lot to your figure photography, your figure game, your poses, whatever you need, whatever it is, whether it's you're just doing Dark Knight stuff, maybe you're doing any type of interrogation stuff, Punisher stuff, maybe you collect Law and Order, and you need a good old, one-on-one, where are they buried? All right? Okay, so it's up to you.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I'm sure that all of you watching also do that. You buy a certain figure that you may not be interested in, but the accessories are so great. I did that actually recently. I'm sure everyone's seen the Tracksuit Mafia. The Tracksuit Mafia comes with...
Not in their neighborhood.
Not in their neighborhood.
Not in your neighborhood. Please call the authorities.
They've been out for a long time. These actually just got released where we're from here.
Yeah.
It was the first time we've seen them on the shelves, but they're awesome. We've all seen them in the Hawkeye show. The great thing is they come with a crowbar, a golf club, or driver specifically, an aluminum bat, a machete.
Man knows his gloves.
A Molotov cocktail.
Molotov cocktail.
And the best thing is the additional head. And then the best part for me, the reason I get these, is the little balaclavas. Those are amazing. They can be swapped on other characters. I put them on my Joes. I put them on my Valorverse. They're awesome. They're super versatile, and they just elevate any fig photography you're going to do. So for me... That's awesome.
There's what I love too, no identifying marks or markers or anything on them. Like you said, they blend perfectly into the background. They can be mobs. They can be, maybe they can be interrogated on Law and Order.
And if you need an additional Orlando Bloom head.
Orlando Bloom head, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so moving along from the McFarlane, something that I've been getting into is Loyal Subjects. Loyal Subjects and the BST AXN brand have been doing Turtles for a little bit. Now everybody's doing Turtles. Playmates, obviously bringing back the classic look, the vintage look. Super 7 jumping on board, keeping everything unique to the look of the vintage Turtle line. And then NECA just knocking it out of the park with the more cartoon accurate look of the figures. It's just so much now. And now they're getting into a spot where it's like all these super unique characters, obscure characters. And I just got to a point where like, I think I need to slow down here. Just like, they're just too much.
Can you collect them all?
What I love is, so Loyal Subjects doing the same thing. They release their, version, the 6-inch version as well of the Turtles.
Yep.
Maybe just a shy less than 6 inches. But they're super great. They're detailed. The price is great as well. And what's massive for me is they just started doing the IDW
IDWs
comic version, something a little bit different.
Love
something that we haven't seen yet. No one has done. They just look gritty. They look better. Obviously, if anybody is out there reading the IDW comics, these are right out of the comic book. Just throwing stuff.
He's broken.
He's broken already.
You had him.
These are amazing, super detailed, super gritty looking. I love it.
I love the accessories too.
Yeah,
even though it fell out, but like the throwing stars, they clip into the chest and stuff. Phenomenal.
Everything. And so they're starting to get to this. The 4 turtles are out. They just released Shredder. Again, what I love about them is what I mentioned about the Spawn earlier. They just look like they jumped right out of the comic book. So for me, it's great. I have all 4 turtles. The detail, like Donnie comes with the anti-gravity glove with the gauntlet.
Sick.
Yeah, just some key things, some key items, and little kind of Easter eggs from the comic, the running series right now. I think we're just getting to issue 150, and let's now jump to that. I mean,
the issues and stuff like that, like the comics. I'm new to the IDW universe, and Dean's introduced it to me. I saw the figures first. Different look. I like. Sometimes different can be good, sometimes different can be bad. This is a great different, and I've never seen the turtles portrayed like this. The colors are all slightly different too. Like, I've always been a Donatello fan. He's always been my favorite, and man, his gadgets and everything look awesome. So from the figures, you showed me some of the books.
And the books. So the books. Everyone's into the
awesome.
comics, but I started collecting the hardcover issues. We're up to issue 15 right now. These are incredible. They are all in consecutive reading order. I love them because all the side stories, the specials, the annuals, all of them blend into where they should be read. And even the crossover between the Ghostbusters and Turtles is a really cool little mini series within. I love reading that. And these I am getting, as you can see, we're repping the merch right now. Our good buddy Ashley over at 204 Comics here in the city. We are going to him for all of our comic book needs. Things that we can get on a standing order with him. He'll hold them for us. He'll set us up beautifully with everything that we need, from kind of current running issues to things that we're looking for, like the omnibuses. And I'll throw that to you for what you need.
For sure.
Back to Spawn.
So to Dean's point about 204, it was a comic book shop that opened up in our end of the city. Which first one really that we had in our end, which is really appreciated that he saw value to open there when he had the rest of the city to deal with. Going in there, very comfortable, friendly environment, and we started talking. And I was big into figures since I was a kid. If you've seen our first 2 episodes, you've heard me talk about it. Comic books, graphic novels, stuff like that. I am an omnibus man. I am a hardcover only fan. Wait, did I say OnlyFans? Are we branching out? Sorry.
Join us on our next episode.
Put the link in the description below. No, I only want hardcovers. I only want hardcover omnibuses and stuff like that. So Ash has been more than accommodating with helping guide me, because comics and graphic novels are new to me. So we got chatting and stuff. I told him, like, I'm a big Spawn fan. Clearly, we just talked about it, right? I heard there's an Origins series. I want to get into it. He's like, okay. Right away, though, it's going to be a little bit of dip, dive, dodge, duck, dodge, because the comic that I wanted was the Spawn Origin series in hardcover, which started in 2009. The hardcovers right now, issue 13 is the newest one coming out in June. I believe you can pre-order it now at 204 Comics. Go hit them up. Currently, they're out to issue 12 for the hardcovers, issue 29 for the trade paperbacks. So if you're doing trade paperbacks, you're well ahead in the story. It being a series that started in 2009, I was able to actually go online, used eBay, and I was able to find issues 1, 2, and then 4 through 10. I paid about $250 for them, all in with shipping and everything like that, which it's a pretty good price for those books. They retail usually anywhere between $55 and $70, depending where you're getting them. We've got a couple here with us. The artwork. I was a kid who looked at pictures and didn't read. Now I'm a kid who looks at pictures and reads most of things. Can't say enough good things about the book. The way it's written, not the book, but the books in general. The way it's written is good. I enjoy it. The artwork is phenomenal. Even just the outside of the book. They're great to have up for display. They're just awesome. They hit all the points for me. Like I said, I'm very fortunate enough to have tracked down those earlier issues. If you are looking to get into this series, I do recommend it, but you're going to have a little bit of catch up to do with some of the Spawn books. Check it out. It starts off good. The characters are great. It's compelling. And that's what I'm going to say about these books. Can't say enough good things about 204 Comics. Go down to the store. Go see Ash and his crew that he's got down there. They are a comic store. They do have a couple accessories there. But in order to go see those, you got to go check them out in store.
Those corn chips?
Corn chip?
Might be a little loud for the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Catering. Catering's in. Yeah.
We got up the budget for catering.
About what Drew was saying, Ash and the team over at 204 Comics were just fantastic. My first experience there was walking in. He set me up with an app called League of Comic Geeks, where you can actually go in and you can start to subscribe to certain certain lines, certain issues, and it's all connected through him, so he'll save them for you. So on release day on Wednesdays, he puts them all aside for you, and you have no fear of missing out on some issues that you really want. So again, check him out. Check out the link below.
How do we check him out, though? How do we check him out?
Check out his website. You got to check out 204comics.com. Make sure you check it out. Lots of great things. They don't just do comic books. There's, they got some card games that you might be into as well.
Well, you can sell your comics.
You can sell your comics.
They'll set you up with that.
They're always interested in looking at, obviously some key pickups. They do pressings there as well. And obviously they also assist and help with getting your comics sent to get graded as well, if you have anything really in your collection. So
last thing I want to say about 204, they provide, and I said a little bit earlier, they provide an environment where it's comfortable for someone such as myself who's new to comics. I didn't even know what the word omnibus was. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, I just want the one with all the comics in it. And they're like, yeah, that's called an omnibus. Yeah. It's a very comfortable environment to ask questions and not feel like an idiot. It's like I said,
friendly feel.
It's a great place to go. Go check it out.
From the first day I walked in, like Ashley remembers my name every time I walk in. So it's just a nice, friendly feeling, family, good environment. So please check him out online, or if you're in the city, come down and check them out.
All right, so that concludes this episode of Action Unwind for us. Big thanks to the support we've seen so far. Episode 3, the trilogy. Will we continue further?
You tell us. If you want to see more, you let us know. Or we'll just walk away.
Hit us up in the description. Lastly, every time we're doing an episode, these are little bits and pieces of our collection. It's not our whole thing, but we would love to see your collection. So we're going to be starting our community collection, and that is going to be a new segment that we want to see you guys drive. So if you can hit us up on Instagram, either direct message or tag us in a post. If you do figure photography, even if it's just a picture of your collection at home, we'd love to see it. So from all of us here at Action Unwind, thank you for taking some time to unwind with us, and we will see you on the next episode.
See you guys. Hey, where are those corn chips?